fuck it, I'm not doing this anymore. Guess what I did? Block them. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a June recap. If you guys are new here, I like to review the past month, go over some sales, talk about what I changed, talk about the things that I've done to make sure that I reach my goals for the month. All right, so the sales that I chose, since I didn't do like a middle, like, you know, what sold review for the month of June, I didn't want to go ahead and pick everything that sold over $25 because we'd be here all day. So I decided to leave a lot of them out and just kind of like highlight some of them that I do think are noteworthy. So let's just jump right in. All right, so the first one is this Baby Bjorn carrier. I picked two of these up at the bins, and the first one I think I picked up in April. Still hasn't sold. It does have like a flaw to it, so I might need to wash it again. But this one sold fairly quickly. I think I just sourced this last month. Well, technically in May, and it sold, and I was really happy that it did because I was a little nervous because the first one didn't. And I had this one listed at $60. Went on and sent out offers because I do have my Pasha VA set up to send out 20% with discount shipping, and they purchased it at my, you know, offer price, which was $49. I just want to say that baby carriers are a thing. All right, the next one is this Eileen Fisher cardigan duster, if you will. I personally sworn off of Eileen Fisher months ago, but then I slowly started to see her at the bins, so I was just like, you know what, let me just test her out again. And I want to say that I sold about 3 Eileen Fisher pieces last month. This is just one of them. I only put this one on here because I have not sold this one before, and it was just like this gauzy material. I do believe it was linen and cotton, and you know, it did have a flaw to it, but somebody still purchased it for that discounted price. Most of these were purchased with the 20% off that, you know, Pasha VA sends a liker. So yeah, this one sold within like 2 days. So yeah, I say so many times, I'm so sorry. But yeah. All right, so this is just another Eileen Fisher piece. This one is in it only because this is one of, I want to say, her most popular items that sells from her brand. It's just those pull-on style pants. They do really well. They sell decently, so I always pick them up when I see them. These are a style that I would pick up at a regular thrift store because I know that they will sell. All right, so the next one is from a brand called 𝕉𝕉. This is the Everett. These are a pair of men's denim pants. I picked these up at a regular thrift store because this particular style does really well. So if you ever find the Everett in 𝕉𝕉 for men's, pick it up. It's gonna do well. This one sold fairly quickly. All right, so this is just a bundle that I received, and I think I countered because they sent me like a $35 offer, and although I still would have been profiting because I did get all of these from the bins, I did think that they did have a little bit more oomph to them in order to not sell them so low. Yeah, so this bundle sold for 50 bucks. I did make a pretty good profit. These are a pair of Tory Burch flats. I think I just hauled these last month, so they sold fairly quickly. Did get them from the bins, so I love my profit here. And I received an offer from them for $50, and I accepted it because that was a great offer on these. I think I had them listed at $75, and I was looking to get about $50 to $60 for it, so it pretty much worked out. This is just a show me your moo dress. Got this from a regular thrift store. I don't know, I think I paid like $8 for it. I think I went on and accepted their offer just because I didn't want to sit on it too long, because a lot of the times when you are a reseller and you're greedy like me, you will wait for the right buyer to come along, and then you might get an extra, what, $3 or $4. So it's just kind of like, let's just get rid of you now, okay? All right, so this next one is from a brand called 𝕃𝕃. Never heard of it, but when I felt the material, it was giving very much so Skims vibes. So I thought I'd go ahead and test it out. And this one actually sold, I want to say, the same week that I purchased it. And I had it listed for like $35. Was sent an offer, they accepted it, so we love to see it. All right, so this next one is actually a bundle that I was really happy about. So it was a pair of Madewell denim jeans. Now, I did get these from a regular thrift store, so there was a certain amount that I was willing to go. So when I received this offer, I think they offered me $65. I was like, hell the fuck yes, because The top was a Ben's piece, and then, you know, I got the other one from a thrift store. So I think I paid like $10 on this one. So I did get a decent amount. So yeah, we love that. This is a 𝕃𝔸𝕼 dress. This is the dress that I was talking about in my vlog, where Kaylee Elaine talked about this being a good brand to find for larger sizes. So I have to say, I picked up 3 of these dresses and all 3 of them sold. The other 2 didn't sell for the amount that I would have liked, but that was my fault because I picked up size small and medium. So if I would have picked up a larger size, I would have got more money for it. So this is just like the year of picking up larger sizes, because clearly they do the best. So there's that. This one was listed and it sold within like a day, I want to say, at my full asking price. This is a brand called 𝕬𝕉, I want to say. It was a new to me brand. I picked it up at the bins and I saw the tag. The tag looked like it was something worth looking into. Glad I did, because this brand sells really well. It is a maternity brand, so if you find it, definitely pick it up. Like, pick it up. I received an offer. I had them listed for $40. They sent me a $30 offer. Since they weren't in like a like new condition, definitely a worn condition, I didn't mind the $30, so I accepted it. This one is a brand called 𝕃𝕊. This one actually sold within days of me listing it, which I was really happy about, because when you pick up like a sweater in the summer, you're always like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? But things like this happen. So somebody was looking for it, or they knew that it was like a sought after piece and they wanted it, so they didn't care what season it was. And I think, like I told you guys in the haul, 𝕃𝕊 is definitely a brand that you want to look out for, because it does have a following now. This is a pair of Levi pants that were upcycled. One of my subscribers actually purchased this. This is their second time shopping with me, and ironically enough, she's picking up all of the upcycled Levi pants, which we love to see it. So if you're watching this, thank you. I'm glad you love them. So yeah, hopefully I can keep finding you more stuff, because you're amazing. The next one is on the list because I picked these up. These sold the exact same day. Like, picked them up at the bins, and I went back and forth only because I'm like, girl, this brand doesn't do that well. I saw a sold comp for $25. I priced mine at $25. It sold same day. So I don't know. Maybe it is a brand that I need to start looking out for at the bins, and at the bins only. It was a good sale. These are a pair of Duluth trading leggings. This is just one of those brands that I do enjoy picking up, in a sense of they sell great when they're larger size, and because they have so many pockets, it's always like a cargo style. You don't really find brands that like make leggings with like actual pockets and not just like a, you know, a sliding pocket. These have zipper pockets and shit to them. So yeah. All right, so this next one is a pair of Sézane denim. This is my first time finding these. I did find them at a regular thrift store, which I was pleasantly surprised about, because I'm like, girl. But I had them listed really high, and I mean like $95, because on Poshmark, since they already take 20%, I was trying to at least sell them for about 70 bucks. That was my goal, so then I can make a profit of over 50 bucks. But somebody sent me an offer for 50 when I dropped the price down to 65. So I thought, okay, that's actually very reasonable. I accepted it because I didn't want to just hold on to them just for the sake of them being a brand that I just finally found. So yeah, I think it was a pretty good sale. This is a brand called 𝕃𝕠𝕅. It was my first time picking it up. I do think I got these at a regular thrift store, I want to say. I'm not really sure. But I think it sold fairly quickly, and I would pick it up again. So this is a brand called David Donahue. This is actually a 100% sell-through rate brand for me. I just started picking up men's like dress shirts, and of course it's trial and error, but this particular brand does really well, and it has a 100% sell-through rate for me. So I'm gonna pick it up every time I see it, especially if it's in a great condition. This is a brand that I can't pronounce, so I'll pop it on the screen. This was my first time finding it. It was a cashmere blend. It was tan. It was a full wrap dress, and y'all, this is a brand that is actually sold in the UK, so it's not really like common here. And I had it listed for $65. Of course, it was listed in the wintertime pretty much the ending of it, so it didn't sell. I kept receiving so many lowball offers. I think it was one lady that sent me like a fucking $15 offer, and at the time I think I had relisted this maybe 2 or 3 times. I just wasn't willing to go that low. It was a Benz pickup, but I just wasn't willing to go that low. So she just kept going. I mean, and we went back and forth for a while, and once the buyer is sending me like $1 off, or basically just reiterating, oh, you know, 15 bucks or whatever the price point, you're blocked, because I'm not about to play with you. Like, it's gonna be a no for me. So I blocked her and relisted it, and another person came along and did the exact same thing. Guess what I did? Blocked them. And then this person came along, and I think I dropped the price at like $45. They sent me a $20. We went back and forth, landed on $30. They accepted it. All right, so this is from a brand called Spanx. This is a brand that I recently stopped picking up in their regular leggings. I will only pick up their jeanish leggings, okay? And these are their work trousers. So this was actually my first time finding these specifically. These actually sold the same day, within like 20-30 minutes of me listing them. These didn't sell to the same person. They sold to 2 different people. However, they both sold on Mercari, and the black one sold for my full asking price of $48. The blue one actually was a like an offer. I accepted it because I got both of these from the binge, y'all. Like, that haul, I was so ecstatic that day, because I'm like, wow, like I hit the 𝕄𝕝 jackpot. And I feel like had I looked a little bit more, I probably could have found more. Yeah, I put them on the list, even though I know a lot of people saying like Lulu is declining. I just don't think it is. Maybe Lulu women's, but even then I still sell, you know, women Lulu items, so I don't know. All right, so this next one, I thought it was going to be a mistake pickup, because I picked it up and I already had an item that sat for a very long time from this brand, still sitting, still didn't sell. But this one was a large size, and this one was as seen on TV, so I thought that this one would do a lot better, and it did. So I had it listed for $32, I want to say, and I received this $24 offer, and of course I accepted it, because I do think that that was a really reasonable offer. I did get it from the bins, and I would pick it up again. All right, so this is a Hannah Anderson swimsuit, excuse me. This is a kids wear brand, if you guys aren't familiar. I picked this up at the bins. I thought it was so stinking cute, so I had it listed for $20, and they actually purchased it for my full asking price, so we love to see it. This one is a brand called Carrots. It is a riding, like, equestrian brand. I pick it up anytime I see it because it does well. I do have a 100% sell-through rate with this brand. I pick up the pants, I pick up the t-shirts, the pajamas, anything, you name it, I pick it up and it sells. So this is like one of my bread and butter brands. This is a new to me brand called Tadashi Shoji. This one actually sold fairly quickly. I did pick this up at a regular thrift store, so I did pay up. So I think I paid like $8. But yeah, it was a great pickup. Had it listed for like $85. They sent me a $68 offer. Of course I accepted it, because I still think I made a great profit on it, so we love that. This one is a new without tags Lululemon cardigan. Absolutely love that this one sold so quickly, and then in the summer, like, you can't beat that. And yeah, love me some Lulu. So these are some Athleta Cabo pants. I would 100% pick these up no matter what, because they do sell. However, you do want to be mindful how much you pay for them, because I think the comps are going to be between 25 to about 40 to 50 bucks. Only because I do think the style and the size and the colorway matter. So there are different styles, different sizes, and different colorways. So you definitely want to pick up one that people are kind of searching for, and not just like a basic one, because you won't get as much for it. All right, so this is a brand called Democracy. I think this is a great brand to pick up. I've actually sold this exact style 3 times, so I'm assuming that their camo pants do better than the regular pants. Let me know down below if you've ever sold Democracy. All right, so this was a Anthropologie brand called Hansel from Basel. I've never heard of it. I only picked it up because of the style and the swan on it, and this one sold fairly quickly. Still surprised it sold during the summer, so yeah, we love to see it. This one actually surprised me. I remember hauling this and I was like, this is gonna sit for months and months and months, but this sold within a few days, so there's that. These were a Ben's pickup, and this is my first time finding this particular style. So this is the Bia Johnny Was cardigan. Absolutely love that this one sold as quickly as it did. Absolutely love the price point that it sold for. I was really shocked when I found it. I initially saw the embroidery first, and then I saw the stitched Bia, and I was like, oh, this is Johnny Was. Threw it in my cart, and honestly, I couldn't find much on this particular style. This was the only one that I saw, so I listed it really high. So on my eBay, I did run a 20% off sale for the end of the month, and this particular person purchased it. So this one is a brand that I do remember talking about. This is a brand called Crazy Larry. This is a pretty decent brand to pick up if you like to pick up random things like me at the bins. But this one actually was picked up from a regular thrift store. It was new with tags, and this brand does pretty well. So if you want like a good bread and butter, definitely look out for Crazy Larry. This was a new to me brand called Jack Archer. I found these at a regular thrift store. Never picked them up before. I felt the material and it felt like it was really high quality. So I looked into it, and lo and behold, it did really well. So I went on and picked it up. This particular person definitely did get a really good deal, because these normally go for over $50. So this one is featured. It is not over the $25 mark, but I did want to highlight that if you do find FedEx clothing or any type of workwear clothing, definitely look up the style and see if it sells really well, because this one was selling really good. I personally only priced mine at $19.99 because I was trying out a new pricing structure, and honestly it did good, but I could have priced it for a little bit more and I would have still got a decent amount. This one is a brand that I enjoy picking up. It is called John Mark. This one was new with tags from the bins, and this one sold really well. I think I could have also gotten a lot more for this, but like I said, pricing structure was changed. I'm more so looking into getting quicker flips instead of holding on to things for a couple more dollars. So if I can price mine just a little bit under competition, I will. This is a Johnny Was piece again. This one sold fairly quickly once I dropped the price. Full asking price. If y'all see that $0.99, that is full asking price. Like, we love to see it. This one was also a Ben's pickup too. So Johnny Was at the Ben's is just, oh man, I'll never pass it up. Okay, all right y'all, my battery died, sorry. So now we are going to discuss pretty much my recap for the month. I want to talk about some things. So I sold 187 items for the month of June, which, girl, it's a lot. This is the most that I've ever sold. So hopefully every single month I'm just beating that number. All right, so some things that I didn't change, that I just continued from the previous month, was I consistently listed the 60 items per week. I personally think that that is a number that works for me. I did switch up my work week days, because before, for the month of May, I would do 6 days a week, 10 items per day. Now I do 5 days a week at 12 per day. And that really works. Sometimes I do go over that number because I don't just go to the bins and be like, hey, I'm only going to source 60 items this trip. If I get there and I'm able to, let's say, find 70 items, or if I get there and I only find 40, I do have to go to a regular thrift store that week to make sure that I, at the very minimum, reach the 60 items per week. So that is the goal every single week. 60 items, bare minimum. I accepted most offers, and by most, I want to say ones that I was comfortable with. I want to say maybe like in the beginning of the year, I was accepting a lot of offers just because I really wanted to kind of like rotate a lot of the clothing. Now I'm at a place now with the amount of items that I sell in my closet that I don't really have to accept lower offers, because I know that that item will eventually sell and then I'll make other sales. So it's not really something where I'm like so desperate to make sales where I have to accept these offers. I'm not there. And I'm continuing to end the listing and sell similar on eBay, which helps tremendously. So when it's time to end and sell similar on eBay, what I do now is I like to drop the price by 1 cent. So if I list an item, let's say for July, at $9.99, If August come around and it doesn't sell in the 30 days, I'm gonna drop it down to $9.98, and then I'll do $9.97, whatever, until it finally sells. Now sometimes I do tweak the price, so if I notice that this item is getting views but no watchers on it, then I'll go ahead and maybe drop the price a couple more dollars. I relist every single day on Poshmark. This hasn't changed. This is, you know, of course, something that I'm continuously doing every single month. Every single day I open up my Pasha VA and I hit relist, delist, and every single day everything is getting rotated. Now, of course, I have mine set up for every 60 days. So any item in my Poshmark closet that has sat longer than 60 days, you're getting out of here and you're getting relisted. So there's that. All right, and then as far as Mercari, I think I send about 50 offers per week on that platform. I just can't keep up with it because I'm a busy girl and I just don't like that I have to manually do each and every one. Okay, at least on eBay I'm able to just like bulk send offers, even though I have to do it myself. And Mercari just requires a little bit more hand holding that I would like, so I don't really tend to it that often, which is probably why I don't make more than 30 sales per month, which I've come to terms with and I'm okay with. So yeah, that is pretty much everything that I have continued on from the previous month that has continued to help me grow my business. All right, so for the changes that I've made in my business for the month of June, my pricing structure. Now I've talked about this so many times throughout the month on random videos. So what I've done now is that, okay, I like to give examples because I feel like examples are very helpful. So let's say this, I don't know, this random Johnny Was blouse is retailing, I don't know, let's say 200 bucks, and resale amount, it is only reselling for, let's say, $50 to $60. For Poshmark, will price mine at $55. So that's right in the middle of what the, you know, the margin of that item is. Okay, that's on Poshmark because I know that my Pasha VA is going to send them a 20% off offer. So technically that is the lowest that I'm willing to go. So that whatever you see priced on my Poshmark, 20% is where I'm gonna cap it off at. And then when you go to my Mercari, I actually have that item listed at $55 because somebody's gonna come in and probably send me a $45 offer, and then of course I would accept it. If you guys aren't familiar, Mercari actually caps out at 25% offers. So on Poshmark, they take 20% from your, you know, item. So that means that I want 20% off for the offer, and then Poshmark is going to take 20%. So that's 40% that I'm losing off of that item. You move on to Mercari. Mercari caps out at 25%, and then Mercari only takes 10% from your item. So that's 35% I'm losing on that item. And then you go to eBay. I would price that item at $39.99, which is saying you should buy this now because this is actually lower than what market is telling you to get it at. So you go ahead and buy it. Now eBay is capped out at, I want to say 14 or 15% for you know, their final value fees. So it's pretty good. So I know that I don't have to worry about an offer. I know that this can be bought right out, and then eBay takes their 15%. So I think that it's just the best structure, and it has worked really well for me for June, and I absolutely love it. And then I also like to price my items on eBay at $0.99. So like I told y'all before, when something gets relisted, it goes down to $0.98, and I'm just going to keep dropping 1 cent, sometimes tweaking the price, but for the most part just dropping, you know, 1 cent on anything that needs to be relisted or sell similar, if you will. But yeah, I price everything at $0.99. If you guys see any sales that are, you know, sold at like $0.19 or something like that, it's because an offer was sent. So there's that. All right, so another thing that I changed on Poshmark was my offer that I was sending out to likers. Now I noticed at the beginning of the month, I took off my offers to likers. Now this is something that I do every month, but honestly y'all, this past like 2 weeks, I want to say, I bumped it up to 20% off and then discounted shipping. I've noticed a lot more sales when it comes to that versus me taking off the offers to watchers and then just sending like a bulk, you know, offers. The turnout isn't that great. So that is what I've changed, and I find that it's actually working to just do the 20% off and price it accordingly initially, and then send them the 20% off and then call it a day. All right, so I got no returns for the whole month of June, and you want to know why? Because I turned it off on my eBay. Yes, I finally went on and just was like, fuck it, I'm not doing this anymore. I turned off returns for my eBay store, and I know that it's so many eBay people that tell you, do free returns, do free returns. You're stupid if you don't do free returns. You should do free returns. Shut up, okay? I'm not doing it, okay? And it's been working, and I turned mine off. This is what happened, y'all. So I want to say it was June 6th. I received a return request. So since I have my buyer page for returns on, I thought that that would deter people from like doing, you know, a lot of returns. But I averaged about 5% returns each month, which I feel like in like the grand scheme of things, it isn't a lot, but for me it is a lot, because my goal here is to make money, not continuously waste my time listing and shipping it out and then having to bring it back in and then do the same thing all over again. That's not what I'm here to do, okay? When I ship it out, that needs to be it, okay? Unless it's a flaw on my end that I missed, totally fine. But for you to just try it on and be like, oh, nope, this don't fit, it's not gonna work for me. So there's that. So I turned it off, and like I was trying to tell y'all before I just veered off, this particular person put in a return request 2 days before, you know, it would automatically close. And I was so angry. And I mean, I was so angry, y'all, that I was thinking of just being like, fuck it, I'm getting off of eBay because I can't do this anymore. That was literally my 5th return. And I had received a return request like a day before or 2 days before. And I had said, if I receive one more, it's a wrap. And guess what happened? I received another one. So I was just like, fuck that, I'm not doing this anymore. So I went in and I turned it off for all of them, and I don't regret it. And honestly, I really thought my sales were going to tank because I did that. Absolutely not, because what I did was, since I turned the returns off, I dropped my prices, and then I turned off offers. So I don't receive any offers from anybody, which I personally love, because receiving lowball offers, I fucking hate. If I can actually do this on every platform, I would love it. But eBay is the only one that allows you to turn off offers. And honestly, it's been working wonders. And I really want to see how this month is going to go, because it's just like 2 days in, and I think I've already made like 10 sales on eBay from my pricing structure. And it's just really been working for me. Like, probably the best decision I've made, and it is working for my business. Yes, I am not making like, you know, the highest dollar amounts on the platform, but I'm also not making the lowest dollar amount. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's working for my business. So if these are filler items, these are items that were listed, you know, many months ago that didn't sell on any other platform. Like, I personally feel like my price point that I'm putting on eBay works so well for me. So another thing that I've done on eBay, I feel like this is more so changes for eBay. I completely stopped promoting my items. I stopped promoting at the beginning of the month as well. So I went in and I tried to change all of them, but for some reason the bulk edit for promotions just wasn't working. So all the items that were previously promoted, they stayed promoted, but then everything from you know, once I decided I wanted to stop, I just stopped promoting. So I don't promote them at all. I think I still have maybe like 100 or so items that are still promoted, but other than that, I'm not paying any extra fees, because I know I had to learn the hard way. If you have an item that is like super saturated, you probably would want to promote it. But if you have an item that is priced accordingly, you don't need to promote it, because somebody's going to see the price and they're gonna be like, oh, this is great. They don't need to see it right at the top, you know? So that's why I stopped. So I stopped, and yeah, it's been the best thing ever. Like, even though, you know, the promotion amount, I had mine at 6%, that's not a lot, like, at all. Poshmark's taking 20%. So I'm saving 6% on each one of my items every single month, although I've dropped the price down. I feel like it's like a really good balance. All right, so another thing that I've done differently for eBay for the month of June is that I actually send out like really low offers. So I'll send like a 10% off or a 15% off, and I would wait for the watchers to accumulate accumulate, and then I'll just send a bulk offer. So before, I used to send them out every time I open up my eBay app on my phone. I would automatically send them an offer. I don't do that anymore. So I'll wait days until it reaches either 10 or 20 or 30. Just recently I reached over 30 watchers, and I just sent out I think 10%. So some days I guess it really depends on the day. If I want to send out 15%, I'll send out 15%. If I want to send out 10%, I'll send out 10%. But those are the only amounts that I'm willing to send out. And then I also make sure that I don't turn on the counter offer. So if you don't buy it at the price that is listed, or this price that I, sent out to you for an offer, you're not gonna buy it. That's literally where I'm at with eBay now. Like, I'm making my rules and this is working for me, because I feel like receiving lowball offers is just wildly annoying. And if I'm able to stop that on a platform, I will. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I know this video ran very long, so make sure you leave this emoji if you stuck around all the way to the very end. I truly appreciate you, and you might as well go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. So I never share my actual number, because I personally feel like my number is my number, and I don't think that it does anything for you. You get what I'm saying? Like, me showing you what sold and the price point it sold for, or in a ship with me video, I'm telling you how much I made on the back end. Like, yeah, I feel like that's helpful. But me telling you how much I make a month is none of your business. Unless you decide you want to pay my bills, then yes, I'll let you know how much I make. But if you're not, then stop being nosy, okay? ♪